Hey friends, welcome back to another vlog. Today I'm working from home. Before I get my work day started though, I am going to drop off an order to the post office and go grab me a quick coffee before I get my day started. It is Monday and we are easing into the week. So I requested to work from home this morning around like 6:30. I had originally planned to go into the office, like, you know, I always do. But this past weekend was my aunt's funeral. And last night I just wasn't like emotionally well. And it's not that I didn't feel like working today, because I don't have a problem with doing the work. I didn't feel like necessarily being around like people today. Like my energy is drained. And I just needed a day, like one extra day before I just come back into the office. I also don't get any bereavement days for like aunts and uncles and stuff like that. So I just needed an extra day to just make sure that I was good and, you know, deal with my mental health and emotions accordingly, so that by tomorrow I can be, you know, a little bit more present mentally. So yeah, we're working from home today. My manager approved it. He gave me the okay. So once we get back to my house, I started a little bit before I left out, like checking on emails and stuff, because I was off Friday. When we get back, we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. I'm going to finish up, you know, my work for my job, and then once I finish up my work for my job, I'm going to start working on some things for my boutique. Because it's like last week I haven't been able to, like, you know, fully delegate or dedicate certain things, you know, within my schedule for it, just because last week was just so hectic with like the loss of my family member. So yeah, we're gonna schedule that into the day, and I'm gonna take you guys with me. So first things first, we're dropping off this order to the post office, gonna get that coffee, headed back to my home office, and we're gonna go from there.
2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, baby, later, you could show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit Windy City. Did I see? No.
And
30 degrees, way to go for home time. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight?
Hey, truck to the plane, to the truck, truck to the hotel lobby. Me, I go through underground garages, presidential suite.
Alright, let me get myself together. I got one hand trying to film and grab coffee and all this other stuff. Alright, so got the coffee, dropped off the order at the post office, so we are on our way back to go get to work. We got an order, you guys, while we were out and about. Can you see it? We got an order. Oh, and my girl Ashley just dropped a vlog, so I'm about to watch that as I work. But I'll share updates about business later, but I'm super excited. We'll pack that order together later. But I just want to show you guys we got an order. Yay! Alright, so my work day is over or coming to an end. It's 4:15. I'm about to log out of my work laptop and log into my personal laptop to work on my boutique. But before I do that, I haven't stopped to take a break really. Besides this morning when I went to go get my coffee and run our errands and stuff like that. I'm about to make lunch. I'm about to make a sandwich because I'm a little hungry. So I'm gonna probably take like 45 minutes. It's 4:15 right now. I start I want to start back working like on my boutique and stuff no later than 4:45. Ideally 4:30, but I want to give myself, a break to just, decompress, recalibrate, and get in mode for my own stuff. I'm not exactly sure what it is in particular that I want to work on, so I'll give myself after lunch about 15 minutes to kind of just create a little to-do list. And I'm going to work. My goal is to work from 4:45 to 6:45. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Then we'll also pack that order later. But let's go make lunch because I'm starving.
Whipping the yam, whipping and flipping the yam. Turning her brick to a lamb. We rocking the dope. Soon as it get off your boat. Keeping it soft like a mean. Go on my link, coke in the sink. Chopping that work like a rider. Serving a new Maserati. In a brand new Maserati. That's a whole lot of new money. Sashing and hiding from 12. Moving them squares and them bills. Serving the raw, it's a yeah. Beating that China like Kuta Kinte. Whipping that fishing brick. Breaking no syrup, I'm rolling up hay. Make myself a boss in the plug. Either way you put it, nigga, I'm good. Triple salute, nigga, straight out the hood. Back of soda, water splash, I'm scared. From my right and my pot and my left. Leaning all the way over to the side. I whip me a 4-way to a 9. The dirty, the money is homicide. And my recipe can be televised. Young nigga, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope, baby.
Okay, lunchtime over. I have somewhat of a general idea of some of the things that I want to get done within this week. But starting today with it's now 5 o'clock. Well, it's 4:58. I don't want to like overwhelm myself this evening with tasks of things to do because I am going to the office tomorrow. I do want to go to bed relatively early so that I can wake up on time. But we are going to... What we gonna do today? I'm like really behind on my homework from my modules, my courses that I've been enrolled in. Not gonna do that tonight. Can't finish it all tonight. What I am going to do is go through my inventory. I need to run a clearance sale for some of the winter items that I have left over. Plan out what that's gonna be. Use ChatGPT to help me strategize, like the marketing for all of that and stuff like that. I need to bring in my spring inventory collection. I don't even have nothing on the way. I got some stuff in my cart, but I haven't really sat down and strategize a launch plan for the stuff I want to buy. So we need to do that. I also do need to set my goals for April. I'm a little bit behind because like I mentioned in the beginning of this vlog, I've been dealing with family things and stuff like that. So the month of March was decent, but although it was decent, I still didn't get an opportunity to get into it like I really wanted to and like I really needed to. But I am still grateful that my business has still been flowing. Sales have still been coming in. I'm still getting the traction. I'm just kind of at an even plane right now, and I'm trying to make it to the next level. But that's neither here nor there. So I think I'm going to do those couple of things tonight just to set my bearings for the week. It's the 7th, so we're just getting into the month. I lost a week of April so far, but I'm not gonna stress about it. So today we're going to strategize a clearance sale for my winter inventory, and we are going to strategize a buying plan for my spring inventory and a launch plan. Again, I'm going to use ChatGPT. If you're not using ChatGPT, I don't know what you're doing. Especially for business, ChatGPT is bae. Me and ChatGPT is locked in. ChatGPT know all my inner thoughts and secrets and stuff like that, But yeah, we're gonna lock in with ChatGPT, and I'm going to just take today to plan. As far as actionable tasks, I'm going to also, in addition to those two things, have ChatGPT create for me a marketing. Obviously, I need marketing around my clearance sale and around my launch, but just for something I can send this week, something to keep my brand in front of people. So maybe a couple of emails to push out some of the stuff that we still have and stuff like that outside of the actual clearance sale, and a couple of text messages maybe But again, like I said, I'm not going to overwhelm myself, because the purpose of me even working from home today was to give myself a mental ease into the week. Just given the circumstances of all that I've been going through within these last couple of weeks. So yeah, we are going to do that. I also need to do my taxes. It's been so much going on. But I'm managing. I've actually been doing really good. Quarter one was still relatively decent, even despite the fact that stuff has been happening. Do I want to get into that right now, or do I want to get into that later? We could probably get into it now. I didn't really Okay, we'll get into that later. Maybe a different vlog, a separate vlog to talk about business stuff like that, like Q1, the goals and all that stuff. We'll do that another time. Today, I'm doing too much. All right, so it's 5:02. I done chatted a little bit too much. So yeah, let's get to it and let me get started on the strategies for April. As far as my goals, the strategy for getting rid of some of these winter items, getting those sold through, and then figuring out my strategy for my spring collection and budget, and launch and all of that, and then packing that order. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, you guys. So here's just a rough draft of my goals for the month. I didn't input the numbers here yet, but I'm going to. I know what those numbers are going to be, and once I write them down, I'll do the breakdown and add the math here. But obviously I'm showing you guys, I don't want to share my revenue goal, but here are some of my goals that I have set for the month of April. Very simple, just to kind of get myself back into a habit and back on track. I have been wanting to go live for quite some time, but I just haven't mustered up the courage to do so. So I'm going to try to go live 2 times this month. I have a theme that I am planning. I've been planning it for some time. It's just pretty much time for me to take action on it and stop being scary. So I want to do that at least twice this month. I have the date set here for the 15th and the 29th. I'm about to book a studio session through the content studio that I use, so that I can use that space for these lives. And then, I have to pay for that. So I'll be committed to going and showing up. So I'm going to do that after this. But anyway, that's one of my goals. In our courses here, we learned that you can build your audience 3 ways: by building it, borrowing it, or buying it. The 2 areas that I'm going to focus on is building and buying. Building is just pretty much organically growing your audience, and buying is running ads. So there's my breakdown there. Won't get too much into that. And then at the end of my set goals for my marketing and stuff like that, I like to put a to-do list of tasks that I want to get done by the end of the month. I need to update my flows and automation. So my abandoned cart flow, my browse abandonment flow, people who subscribe to my email list, that flow. So all of those automations and stuff like that through my email and text messages. I want to update my website theme. I currently have a free theme through Shopify, but I bought a couple of things over the last couple of years. I just haven't used them. So I'm going to play around with those and decide on a new theme. I want to update my marketing materials, like my packaging, mailers, business flyers, things of that sort, because I have several new photos and I just want to update my marketing materials. Also want to get an official logo made, or make one myself. I've been trying to make one, but I just haven't had time to sit down and dedicate to strategizing it. And then also P&L to date, so my profit and loss statements. I want to make sure that I'm updating those regularly. I wanted to do that once a month at the end of the month, just to make sure all of my documents are together. So by the time tax time rolls around, everything is organized. So yeah, so far this is what I have for my goals. I think this is pretty much it for now. And then once I do the math on my revenue goals and the breakdown of what that's going to look like, I have to work backwards. So, set the goal. And then once I figure out what's required numerically, I can work it backwards and say, okay, in order to reach this number, these are the things that I need to do, and these are the steps I need to take. So that's my second step after I do the rough draft of writing out my goals. So I'm going to do the math part next, and then do the reversal breakdown. Sorry, I got this fan this heater. It probably shouldn't be on this laptop. That's probably a bad idea. It's probably a bad idea to have it on the bed too, but it's cold. Anyway, what did I just say? do the numbers, do the breakdown, and do the secondary set of goals for myself. And then I'll check back in with you guys once I'm finished with that.